Well, I kind of hate to go plug these in. This just arrived today. The memory and the new card for the computer I was building. This is a Vengeance 8 gig memory stick that's going to go in there to replace the 2 gig one I have in there right now. It replaces the other 4 gig one that had a bad sector in it. Now, this one. This is not as high powered as the other video card that was a Chinese knockoff. This was not. This happens to be a better one. It's a little lower power and it's got a lot better reviews. So, and it's made to go in. It's got 2 gigs of DDR3 memory. This is the same kind of memory I have in the computer. This is actually an NVIDIA chip. This is a real box. It's got real instructions. It has CD goes with it for all the drivers. It has the manual. So this is not just a knockoff. This is a real copy. So I would say to anybody else, if you're trying to get a cut rate copy, don't do it. Just buy this. This one actually is really not that expensive. Since it was a little bit not as strong as the other one, it may not be, but hey, it's good enough for what I need. And it'll definitely probably do the job. So kind of hate to go and plug the stuff in because it's been working so well and it's been so steady. I've had the computer running for 3 days straight, and I did shut it off last night and it came and turned it right back on this morning, and it still works fine. There's no error messages, nothing. So anyway, these are all brand new. These are not junky leftovers from eBay that were somebody else's or anything else. So I'm pretty sure these will work a lot better than the other stuff I had. So anyhow, that's going to be it for this one, and I'll come back later after I install everything. Okay, I have the 8 gigs of RAM is installed in this new computer now. I am not going to put the graphics card in until I run it for a day or two to make sure this is okay. But it looks like it's reading it fine. It's a higher speed than actually is supposed to be on the motherboard. It said the speed was supposed to be probably no faster than 1333 megahertz. This one is actually 1600, but it's DDR3 memory, so I don't see it's going to be much of a problem. Now, the only other thing is, the physical diameter of this new card is really small. Let's see. Take it out of the bag. Give you a look at it. Okay. And let's see, we turn my lights back on. Okay. There we go. There's the card. It's really small. It has 2 gigabytes of onboard memory. But like I said, I have all the documentation for it. And obviously, I've got the drivers and everything for it. So, now, take a look at this first. See how thin this is? Okay. Now, this was the other one. This was a Chinese knockoff. Look at the size of this monster. Not only would it be, not only was it hard to get inside the motherboard, look at the thickness on this thing. See where my hand is? That's what it takes my whole hand to cover it. Let me back up. But yeah, so this thing is huge. Yeah, it's way too big for what I had. And not to mention, like I said, it's a Chinese knockoff. It has no real documentation with it. I mean, it's totally useless as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, there you have it. That part's going to work. It seems to be working fine. The computer's working fine. We've got 8 gigs of RAM in it. The processor speed is AMD Phenom 2 actually, and the processor speed is 3.20 gigahertz. So it's pretty fast. So I think it's pretty fast for what I'm going to need. Oh, Chubby. Chubby wants to say something again. Anyhow, that's going to be it for here. Shut up, dog! Anyhow, that's it.